Welcome back to Blue Collar Sports, everyone. Thank you for staying with us through that break. Once again, it is 2:40, so we got 20 hours left on hour number one. It's been a great first hour, talking lots of hoops, all there is NBA, talked a little bit of college ball. But we appreciate you guys tuning in, whether it's through Twitter or through the app, however you tune in. We sure appreciate it. I'm your co-host, Seth Newell, joined here with co-host Trevor Bryant and our special guest, Ryan Seeker. You having fun?
I'm having a blast, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice and warm down here, but we are in the Pulse Radio studio at Boise State University if you want to stop by and say hi. It's cold outside, so stay warm in here, but we're kind of going to shift gears here a little bit. We've talked a lot of hoops, but we're going to talk about something we have talked about on the show, and that is we did on our 100th show last week, and it's our 101st show ever, as we passed that milestone. But we've talked about our Mount Rushmore of athletes in the past. And our top 4 favorite athletes can be from any sport, any era. Our top 4 favorite athletes, and we want to ask our guests when they come on our show, and so that's what we're gonna do right now. We'll quickly go over ours to recap real quick. So Trevor, I'll let you get started.
Yeah, we kind of did this last week on our 100th show on Thursday. We kind of did the segment where we had our 3 favorite athletes in 3 different eras, and we have done the Mount Rushmore before, and mine's definitely a lot different. I have Travis Pastrana for action sports, Dale Earnhardt Jr. for NASCAR, and Tim Tebow for football, and LeBron James, of course, in basketball. And that's my Mount Rushmore. And yeah,
I was gonna ask you too, Dale Earnhardt Jr. He was in the news. I saw something about him on Twitter. He won something or something. I don't know. I thought I saw something on Twitter. I was going to see if you knew it.
I'm not sure
I
what I saw there.
His name somewhere.
He's an announcer now for NBC, so he's doing that kind of stuff. He retired.
Taking the Tony Romo approach.
And why wouldn't you? Both of them are killing it. That's what we're going to be doing one day, so they're chilling.
Yeah, so that's Trevor's. Mine. Different. I don't think we had none of the same athletes. No. But I got Kobe Bryant on mine because of his mindset. I love that killer instinct that you see very rarely in sports, but he's got it. Tiger Woods, obviously my favorite athlete of all time. He's right there. If you can see my screensaver, he's right there. That's my guy. I also had Derek Jeter on there. Huge Derek Jeter fan. Just the way he played, but still my number 1 baseball player was Ken Griffey Jr. So he was on mine to round out mine. I did not have any football players on mine, and I think I'd have a couple honorable mentions, but I did not have any football in mine.
All right, well, my Mount Rushmore of athletes, I'm going to start with one Seth mentioned, Tiger Woods. He's probably...
How could you not?
Yeah, he's probably one of the most accomplished athletes we've probably ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, especially in the game of golf. It's so incredibly frustrating.
Yeah.
You hit a golf ball and it goes 30 yards to the left. God.
Are you a golfer? You like golf?
I try. I try to play golf. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, Tiger Woods. Second one, again, gotta agree with you, Seth. Kobe Bryant. As a Lakers fan,
it's a good start. It's a great start.
The man is a killer. He just had this mentality. Again, like the Mamba mentality is like, I'm the guy. I'm getting the ball. We're winning this game. 5 rings, scoring champion. Should have been more MVPs. He got 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did get rid of. I don't know how.
I
love Steve Nash. That's what I was about to talk about. I love Steve Nash.
Yeah.
But it still shocks me that he was a 2-time MVP winner and Kobe Bryant only won it 1 time.
Yeah.
That doesn't shock me, but.
Okay, so yeah, T. Woods, Kobe. Third one, as a Saints fan, I gotta go Drew Brees.
You like it?
He's overcome so much in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Being 6 foot, passing yards all-time leader, Katrina, shoulder injury, Bounty Gate, dig sideline, you name it. Like he's tried to do everything, and he's always back there. Most accurate QB ever, and he's resurrected the entire city of New Orleans. It's incredible. So yeah, Drew Brees at 3. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Mike Trout.
Mike Trout.
Yes.
Okay. I like that.
Even as a Dodgers fan. I literally don't know something he can't do on the baseball field.
Mm-hmm.
He'll rob a home run. He'll steal 40 bases. He'll hit 40 home runs. Class act guy. He's won 3 MVPs at like 26, 27.
And you never hear from him. You never know.
Yep.
Oh, seriously. You could see him at like a Jamba Juice with no hat on, and you won't know who he is. It's It's incredible. So yeah, I think the way Mike Trout is playing, I would, if he keeps it up till he's like 37, he might be one of the best players baseball's seen. It's incredible. He needs a championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since we're talking baseball, I wanted to say something right here. We're going to talk baseball later, but Manny Machado signed with the San Diego Padres.
Yeah.
10 years, $300 million. And then I saw something. We're going to wait and see what Bryce Harper's deal is going to be, but Mike Trout is going to be projected even more than any of these guys. But I don't think it's going to be with the Angels. I think he will be going somewhere else where he could actually go win and play in postseason baseball. But I still think he could find a way to do that, plus get the money he's worth.
Right. Yeah, we're going to talk about it later. It's going to be interesting to see. Now I think the Phillies are going to be a very interesting team to watch. Because I believe is Trout a free agent next year?
I believe he's got another year or two.
I think it's another year or two. But, I mean, obviously these baseball deals, they're long-term deals. And we know he's a Philly guy. He's from Philadelphia. Yeah. Phillies are on the rise. They got a ton of money to spend. We always see him at the Eagles games. And so I'm curious to see how they're going to handle the Bryce Harper situation now, if they're willing to give him money. Because, I mean, if you have a chance to get Mike Trout, you've got to take Trout over Bryce Harper any day. But it's a risk because you have to wait another year or two.
Right.
But we're going to have plenty more to talk on that. But Mike Trout is definitely a good one. A class act. I love Mike Trout.
Yeah, it's a very good list. All those players are obviously fantastic. And yeah, Tiger Woods is the most dominant. I know we had that debate last week. I have LeBron James as the most dominant athlete right now.
Okay.
But it's a good list, and I respect it.
Yeah.
And you mentioned you're a Laker fan, so now I want to ask you a question based on that. Give me your top 3 Lakers players of all time. I was playing 2K the other day against someone, and I was the all NBA Legends Lakers team or whatever. And man, so many names to choose from that list. So I wanted to ask you, who are your top 3 Laker players? Not favorite players, but who do you think are the top 3 best Laker players?
Kobe's got to be in there. I don't know where he lands. I think he's top 2.
Ooh.
I really do. With
Magic called him the best.
Magic's probably on there, and then it's such a debate because Lakers players kind of always came over a little bit in their prime, kind of like Kareem.
Right.
I kind of want to throw Kareem on there.
Yeah.
But I also want to throw Shaq on there.
Yeah.
I really
know Trevor will like that.
Mm-hmm. He is if you want to talk about physical dominance, no one could stop him. I mean, his highlights, the blocks, the dunks, for 7'2", 365. Yeah. Oh my Lord. He could take over a game just in the paint. It's incredible.
He knew how to have a good time doing it as well. Who would your top 3?
My
Lakers
top 3, 1 would be Magic, 2 would be Kareem, 3 would be the toughest one to pick here.
Come on.
Kobe's nice, Shaq's nice, but you got to throw in Wilt Chamberlain, I think, as well. I think he would be up there. Jerry DeLogo obviously should be up there. So I think obviously the third choice would be the hardest for me. I don't think
Kobe's number 1 for me. I got Kobe 1. I got Magic 2. I'd probably go Kareem 3. But I mean, I could even go Kareem 2. It's tough with a franchise like the Lakers. You could go a lot of different directions. It's easy. I like the Wizards and the Jazz, so it's pretty easy for me.
Yeah.
But I think the Lakers, it shows you, I think they've had the biggest stars, the best players of all time. And them and the Celtics obviously have been back and forth with that. Yeah,
and then like we talked about earlier in the show, they got a long stretch the rest of the way. And we talked about it. I want to go back to because I never got your opinion as a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
I got to take. But out of all these free agents, we've talked about a lot. Out of all the big free agents I've seen, who fits best with LeBron, and who do you want in LA? As a Laker fan, who would you want if you could pick any of the free agents?
So we're going to start with fit best. I think it's Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
Talked about it earlier. Like, the Lakers just need that catch and shoot guy. All he needs to do, Klay just needs to sit on the wing, just wait for LeBron to do his magic. Just pass it to him, catch and shoot.
That's what he's already doing.
Exactly. Like, he has probably the easiest career, dude.
Yeah.
And he's so talented.
Yeah.
He can take over that third quarter. We all know he can.
Yeah. He loves the third.
Yeah. He can make his own shot, and he is a very underrated defender as well.
Sure.
And that's exactly what the Lakers need, a 3-and-D guy. The person I want... I kind of want Klay Thompson.
I think if I could take anybody as a free agent, it would be Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
Even if Durant's name's in the picture.
Durant's name will not be in the picture, but
Right.
I think I would take Klay, take him off that Warriors team, and the fit. We talk about the fit, but him off that Warriors team now completely changes their chemistry, I believe, and he could go back. He could battle against his former team in the Warriors, and he's going to want to beat them for sure. So I think that would be the best fit, absolutely.
Yeah, you can give LeBron intel how to beat the Warriors.
Yep.
Yeah, just getting Draymond's head.
That's what they tried to do with Coach Walton, and that's not working.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
But I don't like any of them. I don't think they fit with any of them. but it's gonna be interesting to see. There's a lot of options, and Magic Johnson. I want to ask you too. Magic Johnson had an interesting comment where he said if he fails to get any of these guys in this offseason, he will step down. Do you believe him? Or
that's how confident he is.
I believe him.
Yep.
But he's failed so many times already.
He is not. Well, he's got the best player in the world on his team.
He got LeBron. He knew.
That was number one, and he got him.
As soon as free agency started, LeBron got on a plane, went to LA, and Magic's like...
LeBron knew he was going to LA regardless. I don't think Magic didn't bring LeBron. I think LeBron knew where he was going. Yeah. He knew he was going to LA.
Yeah. If family wasn't involved, I think it'd be a different story as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's got his son playing ball too.
I would agree with that. And my last discussion before we have to break, before we wrap up the first hour, and I want to say this for last because I heard a very interesting take on it this morning. It's from a guy we talk about on the show a lot, and that's Colin Cowherd. And we know Colin Cowherd is a huge LeBron James fan, loves LeBron, but he was talking about Durant's legacy and the impact his decision has on his legacy. But he was saying if Durant were to stay, and you kind of talked about it earlier as well, if Durant were to stay and get 3 rings in Golden State, and he thinks he should stay in Golden State, and if he were to say and what Colin Cowherd's talking about is if he were to get another one with the Warriors, so if he were to have 4 rings, that would put him into the conversation with Michael Jordan and LeBron James for the greatest of all time, which I've never really heard anyone bring up that argument, but do you think there's a valid argument there that Kevin Durant could join the picture as one of the greatest players of all time?
I don't think so. I really don't.
Yeah.
I think it turns into a discussion of who's the better player right now if he wins more rings. Because...
Yeah, that's a good point.
The move to the Warriors really, really made him kind of weak, not going to lie. But for rings, it was a good move. It was a great move. He got his rings. But, I mean, you can argue it. I think you can even argue right now he's the best player. Like, as of right now, but I don't think he is. But I think if he gets, you're right, 4 rings, people will start to be like, okay, Kevin Durant could surpass LeBron James right now as the best player.
Yeah.
He could be the best player in the world one day, but he will never be the best player of all time. I don't think that's anywhere. He could crack into the top 20, which he might be right now. But even his teammate Steph Curry, I don't know.
That's what I was gonna say.
I might have Steph maybe ahead of him, honestly, right now.
Yeah.
I do think Durant's a better player, but Steph, I think, has done more for his legacy than Durant has right now. And so I could see him. I think he should stay and win as many rings as possible, and it's going to keep moving him up. But for me, he's always going to be maybe like in the Dirk conversation. I know he's going to have a lot more championships than Dirk, but his style is always going to kind of fit there, and he's going to be outside the top 10. But he'll be right there. But I don't think he's anywhere near the top.
Yeah, that's right. You nailed it with the Steph Curry thing because I mean, Colin Cowherd was talking all about Kevin Durant. But if Durant has 4 rings, that means Curry's got 5 rings because that means Curry's not going anywhere. He's going to be on that same Warriors team, and he won one without Durant, so he's got 5. I think y'all start looking at Curry perhaps. I think he'd at that point be the best point guard of all time.
One of the best.
I don't know if I could put any. I know you're a huge Magic guy.
I don't know if I put Magic yet.
And I think Magic has 5.
Yeah,
5 as well. But it'd be interesting to see that conversation change. Though I would love to see it, obviously.
But I don't know if that's going to happen because Klay's going to L.A. and the Lakers are doing some big stuff next year.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there. And my last question for you now, my official last question before we head out here. We talked about it, I believe, a week or 2 ago. But with like I said a couple weeks ago, there's kind of a trends in the NBA. You know, there's guys that come in, dominate for a long time, and then once they start to pass the torch a little bit. And I think we're starting to get through that phase now. I think LeBron's getting older. Durant doesn't have a lot more time. I think the Warriors got a couple years left, but then they're going to be done. But there's a lot of good young players. Out of all these young players, the Luka Doncic, the Ben Simmons, I think, I mean, you could put a lot of names. Joel Embiid
Giannis
as well. Giannis definitely in there. Of all those guys, who do you see as the next face of the NBA?
So, like, are we talking as soon as LeBron retires? Who is it? Who's the man?
Doesn't even have to be when he retires, but maybe when he's not the best player in the world anymore.
Well, I mean, there was there was even discussion. I remember when Curry started bust on the scene, everyone's like, "Oh, he's the new face of the NBA," and I think that kind of rubbed LeBron the wrong way. He didn't like that very much.
He took over.
And I would still say LeBron's the face of the NBA as much as it pains me to say. But I mean, he's 34 years old. He's getting older, and there's a lot of young talent coming in. So out of these guys, who do you see taking the torch from LeBron?
Wow. I like this. You know what? Ben Simmons, if he can get a jump shot, if he starts hitting the 3-ball, look out. I'd say Ben Simmons, even, if the Suns can get some pieces, Devin Booker.
Oh, that's a sneaky pick.
I think he kind of reminds me of Kobe.
Yeah,
a little.
Kobe loves him too. Kobe talks about him all the time.
He's got that good mentality. Luka Doncic right now is not playing like a rookie. I'm sorry.
No, he's phenomenal.
He's shooting with so much confidence. You know what? I'd say can I make a top 5?
Yeah,
this is hard to
I would
pick.
love that.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Ben Simmons.
As your 1, are these in order?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, Ben Simmons at 1. We're gonna go. So what? Like 5 years down the road, I'm gonna say Trae Young.
Really, you like Trae Young?
I do.
He's been playing better. He's been playing a lot better.
Yeah,
he's starting to figure it out. Luka Doncic, Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
And then Devin Booker.
I like how Devin Booker's in the top 5. I haven't heard that one much, but I like Devin Booker. I don't know if Phoenix is a great fit for him, but I like Devin Booker.
We've kind of talked about this. I don't think we know who it is yet.
Yeah.
I don't think you can choose. I like Ben Simmons a lot. I like Giannis a lot, but I don't see it being an international star. I think the favorite for me right now would be Zion, because of his athleticism, what he could bring as a show.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to want to tune into that, and I think if I could make one pick, it would be Zion right now, but I still don't think we know who it is.
If he goes to the Knicks, I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's tough. I like Giannis a lot. I think he can be the best, but I don't see him being the face of the NBA, though.
Yeah.
He's kind of quiet. He's in Milwaukee, so I don't really see that. I picked the couple, so I think Luka Doncic has that demeanor. He has that personality. And I think now that they got Porzingis, I think that's going to be a very scary team in the future. I think Mark Cuban knows his biggest mistake was letting go of Steve Nash. Absolute biggest mistake. I think Dallas would have had 3-4 championships if they kept Steve Nash. And now he has this very, very similar situation, getting overseas guys that play very similar, Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. So I like what they're doing. I think Doncic, he could be the face in a couple years.
Yeah. And a couple other guys, too. I think Donovan Mitchell, Jazz boy, I think he needs to take just another step. I was thinking he would this year, but he kind of seems like he's playing the same, which is fine.
Right.
He's balling. He's gotten that Jazz team into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I think Mitchell he'll start to grow. He's going to be up there too. Same with Jason Tatum.
Yeah. I like both those guys. I like both those guys more than Ben Simmons. As I'm not a big fan of Ben Simmons, but that's a topic for another day. As we are getting towards 3:00, so Ryan, we sure appreciate having you on here,
Thank you guys.
talking hoops. But you have a great rest of the day. We sure appreciate having you on here.
Thanks for coming on.
Of course, thank you.
We'll have you back on for sure. But stay tuned, guys. We got a whole nother hour with you guys in studio. It's going to be a great rest of the show. We talked a lot of hoops today, but we're going to talk some baseball, some football, lots of good stuff going on. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.